So folks, it's your boy Droid here. We back with another video. Let's just get into this real quick, you know what I'm saying? So Danny Ainge stepped down as head of basketball operations for the Celtics. If you know me, I was not a huge fan of Danny Ainge. Some of the trades he tried to get rid of the big three during that era, it didn't sit well with me. So I never really liked Danny Ainge, to be honest with you. So him to be stepping down, I'm glad. I'm hopeful that Brad Stevens, he can really be that, that guy, like a loyal kind of guy, treat his players well, you know what I'm saying? Because Danny Ainge is just that kind of guy. He just, ruthless, cold-blooded. He'll trade you away. You saw what he did to Isaiah Thomas. We'll get into that. But, I was just not a huge fan of Danny Ainge. So they really addressed two of their biggest, question marks. 4 or 5 years ago, we thought this duo of Danny Ainge and Brad Stevens were gonna really bring the Celtics back to be a contender, and unfortunately, they're not there. They're basically back close to where they started. It's scary to say that, but it's a fact. Yeah, some people could say, "Oh, this was a fluke year." I don't believe it's a fluke year. I think that whenever the Celtics were on the cusp of being a contender, they always underperform. They suck. I have not seen this guy Brad Stevens or the Celtics team do well when they go into the season as a potential contender. Whenever everyone thinks they don't have a chance, all of a sudden Brad Stevens is brilliant. He does everything. He can get anything done. You know what I'm saying? The Celtics, exceed expectation. But once the expectations and they're expected to be a really great team, once the expectations are there, they don't live up to it. They only exceed those low expectations. So I feel like they can get a new head coach, a coach that can manage egos better, and you get rid of Danny Ainge. So that's a plus for me as well. But yeah, Danny Ainge, I would say a lot of the struggles the Celtics have been dealing with in terms of their roster really stem from the fact that Danny Ainge did not want to pay Isaiah Thomas. I mean, it all boils down to that. He'll probably say, that's not the case, but this man did not want to pay Isaiah Thomas. That's why they traded him. I mean, yeah, Isaiah Thomas was injured. He was injured trying to ball out, put his heart and soul into that playoff run. The playoff run, by the way, that this man lost his sister. He still played. He still got you to the Eastern Conference Finals, but he did not want to pay Isaiah Thomas, because he's just short. He's a liability on defense. But the fact that you trade this guy away, basically just because you don't want to pay him, I mean, it's a little bit, I didn't like that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't like it, and I think that really fed into the fact that, later on, Anthony Davis doesn't want to go play for the Celtics. You don't think he see what happened to Isaiah Thomas? Well, shoot. Anthony Davis is an injury-prone player, so when Anthony Davis got a bad hip or some sort of injury like that, what's going to happen to him? He might get shipped out the door for someone else, so he's like, oh shoot, I'm an injury-prone guy. I see what they did to Isaiah Thomas. I'm not trying to go play for the Celtics. I'm not trying to play for Danny Ainge. And look what happened. So they got rid of Isaiah Thomas. They lose Jay Crowder. I like Jay Crowder, you know what I'm saying? I was not a huge fan of Gordon Hayward. I like Jay Crowder, you know what I'm saying? When he was upset that the Celtics were trying to cheer and recruit Gordon Hayward, I was like that man bleed green. Jay Crowder is a true Celtic. Gordon Hayward ain't no true Celtic. You see, the man walked away. And that was another thing. Danny Ainge let this man Gordon Hayward walk out the door for nothing. He could have had Miles Turner. Let the man walk away because he wasn't about to fleece the Indiana Pacers. Indiana Pacers were willing to spend so much to get Gordon Hayward. You had a deal. You could have gotten something for Gordon Hayward. Instead, you let him walk away for nothing. And that, to me, that's a fireable offense right there. Like you let a guy that you know was recruited by a guy you got rid of. You know, you pay him all that money, and he's a good player. I mean, he doesn't live up to the contract, but you're gonna let him walk away for nothing when you have a good value coming your way. I mean, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So, Danny Ainge, like, I mean, he will be remembered for basically robbing his friend for Kevin Garnett, and then he's gonna be remembered for robbing the Nets, and end up getting Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. You know what I'm saying? Those guys developed very well. Those are going to be the cornerstones for the franchise for the foreseeable future. But I mean, what else, man? Like, they got Kyrie Irving for Isaiah Thomas, and they lost Kyrie for nothing, and they're getting Kemba Walker, who is now dealing with injury issues. I mean, he was a guy like Gordon Hayward was a guy who was supposed to be durable, never really injured. Kemba Walker, durable guy, never injured. And those two dudes' tenure, you know, injury riddled. It's not a coincidence. It's all karma. The energy, the decision you make, they come back to you. Danny Ainge was ruthless. You know, he made that trade, got rid of Isaiah Thomas. He didn't want to pay the money, and now look at the energy he's gotten back. Investments not panning out. You know, guys not panning out. Guys getting injured. To me, that goes full circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't wish nothing, harmful for anybody, but I was not a huge fan of Danny Ainge, so I am happy with the news today. The Celtics, hopefully, with Brad Stevens can get a good coach in there to replace him, and they'll turn it around. Because, I mean, whatever the Celtics have done in the past, like, 3 Eastern Conference Finals appearances, but what does that mean when today your team is trash? And I don't want to say trash, that's a bad word to say, but they're not good. Like, they're not a good team. So what does all those past performers mean? They don't mean anything. All that matters is how good you are today. But, I said my rant, I said my piece. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, comment. Peace.